Good morning, everybody. My name is Chrissy. I live here in Australia, down under, and I'm going to be giving you a prediction reading for the 23rd of March. Now, I'll just close my eyes and we'll just see what comes channeling through today. So we'll just get started. Now, I'm getting that enough is enough, and it's very, very frustrating for people now. This just seems like it's being prolonged, it's being dragged out. It's just this continuous cycle of feeding us, well, basically BS, which is feeding us bullshit on the mainstream media and the news, basically. And people are really sick of it. They're sick of the lies. They're sick of the deception. They're definitely sick of the vilification of unvaccinated. But that has quietened down a lot. I think all of us can start to see that because of the information that's been coming out, which is a great thing. It started to get the focus off the unvaccinated, and it's being put onto other things. Now, here in Australia, we've got a lot of strikes pending. So we've got nurses, ambos, I think there's fireys and teachers who are all starting to stand up now, and this is probably happening in your country as well, and they're starting to get back their human rights. They're fighting for extra wages. Because of the mandates, they've lost a lot of staff and a lot of people lost their jobs, and so now they're all short staffed. So that's what's sort of happening here in Australia. Plus they're pushing the fourth booster. I don't know if that's happening in your country, but here in Australia they're really pushing that fourth booster. So there's still a lot of this rolling out of the planned agenda, I guess you could call it. So I'm sure that's happening in your countries as well. So I'm just going to see what else comes through. But this is kind of where we're at in Australia, just to kind of let you guys know as well what's kind of currently going on here in our sort of collective energy. We're still riding this kind of storm, and people are just tired of it. It's just because they're starting to see through the BS. It's like the curtains, like I said in a few videos a while ago, the curtains are open. This stuff is being seen, it's being exposed, and as much as they can try and cover it up again and throw a blanket over it, that's not working, because people are digging deeper now. They're digging and they're trying to find out the information, and that's what we want. We want to keep waking people up and getting people to search and look for that information and start to see the truths. I'll just see what else comes through today. Oh, I get the Groundhog Day. So look, I don't think it's just us people that are awake and that are seeing things differently that are feeling the Groundhog Day of all this. This is becoming Groundhog Day, and even the people who are being jabbed are kind of wondering, why are we just repeating this? Like, we're 2 years on, over 2 years I would say, and we're still getting jabbed. Like, why is nothing changing? Why haven't they got a handle on this? Why are we being corralled still into getting more and more jabs? So this is what I'm saying about the question marks. This is a good thing, because when people start to question is when they start to search and look for the information, because something's not adding up. Why would you be needing 4 jabs? If the vaccines were working, it wouldn't be a problem. And also here, I don't know about you guys, but so many people who are jabbed have had COVID, and Omicron, and you name it. That's a big issue. They're all still getting it. So the vaccines aren't really working. And that's definitely what I'm getting. I'm getting that Groundhog Day message, even for the jab now. They're the ones that are living the Groundhog Day. I think for the unjabbed, or the people that are waking up and not wanting to get the boosters and things, they're kind of staying still in their energy. But this Groundhog Day is just repeating itself for the jabbed. And there are a lot of question marks, because as we know, some of this data is being released as well with the Pfizer, etc. And that's only Pfizer, and that was only for a 3-month period. So you've got to wonder what that is for the whole entire couple of years. So people are kind of, this information is starting to filter out to them. So this is what's kind of the current energy, is that Groundhog Day. What? We're here again? How do I break up this Groundhog Day cycle? And this is kind of the question marks now that are starting to come up, because that's what we want. We want them to start asking questions, because that's how they start to search for information. I'll see what else we get. Now they're showing me like there's a clearing in the masses. So they're showing me like a sea of people, and they're parting. They're parting ways, and it's creating a clearing. So it's creating a path for people to walk through. And this is kind of saying to me like it's leading us to our destiny. Like the path is becoming clearer and clearer and clearer. And this is for everybody. This is everybody on the path that you're choosing. It's becoming much clearer. Sometimes we have, I think, that hesitancy, and we can carry sometimes a lot of doubt around the decisions that we've made, or have we chosen the right path. But this is the message that I'm getting, is that the people are getting further and further apart now, and it's made your path clearer. So for anybody watching this video, I really believe that your path is becoming a lot clearer now, and you know where you're heading, and you know your destiny, and you know where you want to go. You don't have that kind of doubt anymore hovering in your mind, because these truths are actually locking in and giving you that real confirmation of your own strength, power, your beliefs, your sensitivities to what messages that you're receiving and hearing and sensing. Your path has become very clear, and it's opened right up, and you can just walk right towards your destiny now. So look, I think that's a very positive thing for anyone who had those little elements of doubt and were unsure about their decision moving forward, like into a lot of these dictatorships. And we know they're tyrannical kind of governments they're kind of trying to implement. But this is really good confirmation today, when they're showing me that very strong split. And it is a split in the people, but I've already said that divide has pretty much already happened, and I think we know it has. But there are still people dribbling over, so there are still people waking up. But that's not your problem, because you've already got your clear path, and you're moving forward into your destiny. And this is what the Great Awakening is. It's about waking up to who you are, your truths, your strengths, your inner power, and what you believe in, and staying firm in those choices. And that's a definite clear message I'm getting today. Just stay clear on your path, because it's opening up more and more, and it's just getting clearer and clearer. And it's almost like showing me like the sun beaming down on you. It's like, you've come through the storm, and the grey clouds are kind of behind you, and now you're moving towards this beautiful sunshine, and the warmth of the sun and the ray of lights are sort of beaming down on you. And it's almost, I guess it's kind of like an almost angelic kind of feeling of discovery. And that could be discovery of yourself, discovery of your beautiful world around you, discovery of nature, discovery of the things that you really do have in your life, and the things that are important. Some of these materialistic things in the world just aren't important to us anymore. How strange is it that something we missed a lot was just hugging somebody? I mean, my goodness me, that is such a basic human need. But something as simple as that could be something that you've really yearned for, and finally you're getting to that destiny where you're able to hug people again, because people understand you, or they're not fearful of coming towards you. So this is why I'm getting that warmth and that sunlight. Keep going in that direction, because that storm is behind you now. Just, storms always pass. We can be in the middle of them sometimes and think there's no way out. But if you're watching this video, that path is cleared, and you're walking really strong, and you have that great vision of where you're going, and the light is just getting brighter and brighter and brighter, and it's warming your soul, it's warming your spirit. And this is actually what's happening now. You're starting to really unfold into who you really are, and that's just a great feeling when you're regaining your strength again, and you're not being downtrodden and suppressed. And look, I really believe you have to leave people who are waking up. You plant the seeds, there's no doubt about that. You definitely plant the seeds, and you share the information. But they have to go through their processes of getting rid of their old emotions and these things as well. So that's why it's very important that you still keep protecting yourself moving forward. And if you have to eliminate people, then you have to do that. There's nothing you can do about that because that's their journey and their life experience. We've been through a lot of our things. I'm sure anyone watching this video, you've probably had a bit of a life journey of ups and downs and experiences that have led you to where you are today. So that's why you've got to keep moving forward and not get caught back in that narrative and that negativity. Just keep going forward is the message for you today. I'll just see what else comes through. Now I'm getting a lot of this and that, this and that, this and that. Now, this is where it's getting confusing now because we're getting information that's about this, but then there's that. So it's like, it's showing me like a zigzag formation of information. Like, we know that getting information is not a straight line, and it's not, it's never clear. So we have to kind of, it's like sieving things out. So you're kind of working through what's real, what's not real. There's this, then there's that. There's this, then there's that. So sometimes we get the narrative that this is happening, but then there's that. So this is what I'm saying. This is going to be a very confusing time. I do believe it's April. I do believe in April we're going to start getting a little bit of confusion ourselves. But this is what's going to test us. Like, are you strong on your path? We're going to start to second guess things, or we're going to start to think, oh, that can't be happening. That doesn't even sound real. But as we know, conspiracy theories, so many things that didn't seem real have become real. So this is what I'm getting. I'm getting this and that. There's this and that, this and that. And that's like, if you even think about that, that's very confusing because on one hand they're saying this, but then we're getting that. So this is the confusion of it all. And I think that's why people think, why aren't people seeing this? I was just watching John Campbell, and he was talking about the 4th booster dose. And he was saying how it's actually a very strange thing because they're getting told this, for example, to have the 4th booster dose. But then when you look at the outcomes of the 3rd dose, it's actually saying that more people were virtually getting Omicron that had the 3rd dose and COVID. So there was a lot to be said for natural immunity. So this is kind of what we're getting. We're getting this, then we're getting that. We're getting this, then we're getting that. So we're getting told what they want to tell us, but then we're getting that, the real truth. But then it's kind of like swept under the carpet again. And this is where it keeps going from this side, this and that, this and that. And this is where it's very important that you sort of use discernment and that you use your abilities to work out what is truth and what's going to work for you moving forward. I mean, we all have different experiences, and we've all had different experiences through our childhood, teenage years, even as adults, that can really affect us and trigger us. And sometimes when you're being given that could cause things still to rise up in your body. And these are why we go through such soul tests, to keep us strong and centered. And I think yesterday I got given that Buddha energy for April to just stay really grounded and really centered, because when you get caught up in that narrative and then you start to see the statistics on that, it can create a lot of confusing confliction within yourself. So it's very important that you kind of take the information lightly. Even as things are coming out, don't get too deep into the information, because that can start to consume you as well. And it's like you've got to get that really good balance now of how to live your life. Yes, you can find out what's currently going on. I think we have to, because of the way that they mandate masks and you've got a QR code and all this rubbish. But you've also got to be aware of the trappings of overload of information too, because that can just start to consume you, and you don't want to just become consumed by sort of one aspect of your life. You've also got to stay on your track and and live your life and try to enjoy life in that simple way. That's why living in the now, and I talk about Eckhart Tolle, I know a lot. He can really help you how to do that and staying in this moment, because that's how you start to save yourself in these really turbulent times. And I really believe in April we're going into that the turning now of the digital age, and that there's going to be a lot of changes in April. I really believe that there is going to be some real movement forwards definitely on the financial front, and I think we can already feel that. Actually, it was really strange this morning, just speaking of the changes, there was a video popped up about Biden, and he was actually talking about the New World Order, and I couldn't even believe it came out of his mouth. So I think they're not even hiding this anymore. I talked about the New World Order in my 2021 prediction video. It's the one with the fortune cookies on the front. It's got a thumbnail of fortune cookies. So if you want to go and check that video out, I actually talk about the New World Order, and I talk about the split and divide of society that was coming in 2021. I actually shot the video in 2020. I think in December 2020. And now here's Biden talking about the New World Order. So these are positive things. I know we thought nothing would come out, but when they're starting to put that into their narrative that there's the New World Order, I think we can pretty much say that some of these truths are still pouring out, and that's a good thing. We need people to start to hear these connecting words so that they can join the dots. And that's what's going to start happening a lot in April. I really believe, we've been lucky so far that so much information and truth has come out. But come April, this is when people are going to really start waking up. And someone actually left a message on my channel yesterday, I think it was. And they said, well, let's hope so, because isn't it funny, like when it comes to people's finance, sometimes that's the thing that can really wake people up when it comes to their money. And I agree with that. I think that was a good statement, because maybe money is going to be the thing that might wake a lot of people up, because when you start to talk to their hip pocket, that can make a big difference. So that's what's going to happen in April. There's going to be some really big shifts financially. Things are starting to pour out. And look, Biden's talking about the New World Order, so I think we can pretty much say that they're pretty much not hiding this anymore, and it's really starting to sort of be put in people's faces. And it's almost like they're planting the seeds now, which we already knew were there. Ours have already started growing. But they're planting little seeds now to get people prepared for the changes in their life that are coming. So that says a lot. So that's going to actually start to be that aha moment, I believe, for a lot of people who aren't awake yet. So look, that's pretty much all I've got for today. It's just a little bit of information just to keep us going and get us through into April. Stay strong. Please keep commenting below. I love chatting to you guys and finding out what's happening where you are. We're all going through different parts in this journey. Keep planting the seeds and protect yourself as well, but stay on that clear path, because it's just getting clearer and clearer now, and you're starting to really get that warmth and that light that's relaxing you, taking away the angst. Leave the storm behind. Hit those like buttons. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Check out my self-help videos. I've got tons on there that can help you as well, around depression, suicide, traction, body language as well. All many subjects. And I will see you in that next video. Bye from Australia. Take care, everybody.